Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Kimbo here, and it is time for an epic Bakugan Legends episode review. So, we got episode number 9 up in here. We're almost in the double digits, man. Alright, so first things first. Gonna give 5 seconds for anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled. Do, 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 do. Alright, you've been warned. You already know. So, getting into the territory of this episode. So, it starts off with Dan and Lightning battling by the beach, pretty much, doing some training and such. They're doing everything they can to help out Dan and just get him ready for the battles with the battle judgment. But yeah, so while they're doing so, a swarm appears and it's Hanoj, obviously there to like transport them to the next location. So the next place is a cave. It's a cave in Darkavia. So going throughout all the different worlds is awesome seeing that. I don't think we've been to Hayora yet. I don't believe we've been to Hayora. Maybe they're saving it because like Benda, I think Benda Vantana. I'm pretty sure. Benda Aropolis. Um, I don't think Aquilia. I don't know if they're gonna include like all the worlds with it. Maybe they will for like the last episodes or something. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. But we're in Darkavia with this one, and then immediately the swarm starts absorbing the power and the energy of Darkavia in this cave and such. And then it's Dan who steps up with this. So Dan stepping up with this brawl because he's basically like the only one left. Well, it's him and Athena that are left at this point. They're like way outnumbered. But Dan takes this one on. So who shows up? It's Colonel Armstrong Tripp. So he has, you know, he has the past form of Tico when he had the big time power and everything. Well, with this, you talk about a wild battle. Drago versus Tico with this one. At first, it seemed like he didn't even recognize him. I wish they would have done like a little bit more voice acting. Like, what, Tico? You're back. Yeah. But maybe it could be like they talked about off screen, like how these characters are returning and everything. And then they just know because of plot. You know what I mean? Which I mean would make sense in that context. But yeah, man. But Drago and Tico facing off and just crazy. Seemed like a rematch from season 1, but at this stage and everything, this juncture. Uh, but it's really, really intense. And basically, Tico's going in and out of all the different caves. There's a bunch of caves, and they have the portals in them. So like how they were in the ruins, and then there are the portals that transport them different places. Well, these caves in Darkavia are like that. But Trip mastered them. So Tico going in and out of all the caves, popping up, hitting Drago, basically Drago being unable to keep up with Tico at this stage, being so fast and everything. So, as he's sitting there struggling, Dan literally he digs down deep and he's like, we're not gonna lose. Las Vamos is in ruin because the Noj and the Swarm took all the power. We're not gonna let that happen anywhere else. Drago yells out, "We're not letting it happen anywhere else." And then, with that, Farask was actually in the shadows and hears it. So yeah, we see the return of Farask with this man. But hears it, and Farask was just like, oh, "What?" Or gasps big time. So they're sitting there and brawling still, and it's intense, man. Tico's giving Drago a good fight, and basically, Dan rolls out. Well, yeah, Dan rolls out Drago. They're waiting for a Geocore. Geocore shows up, and when the Geocore shows up, they summon Archilion, and Archilion has the speed to keep up with Tico. So with this strategy, literally using Archilion's speed to outspeed Tico and stop him from going into all the different spots, has him where he wants him, big time attack and such, because Tico's still being from season 1, not knowing the power of even like really the power of fusions, really the power of Geogon, really the power of Nanogon, because used to that season 1 power, not used to those gimmicks and stuff. They happened afterwards. But then manages to overpower manages to overpower Tico, get the win, and Colonel Armstrong Tripp does go down. But in the middle of the battle, the entire cave started shaking and rattling big time, and they thought it was gonna be like a cave in. So Dan had the other awesome brawlers, like he had Buzzy, the swarm member, Buzzy, transport them. So they all got transported outside. They're like, we have to have faith in Dan and believe in him. Sure enough, Dan like came back and won this battle and everything. And then you see Drago shooting out of the cave to a victory. And they're like, okay, well, then Hanosh shows up and he's like, well, honor my part of the deal. I will return the energy to this place. But then Farasco shows up and says, hold it. And this is where we see like them actually be like, yo, Farasco, what? But Farasco asks for that energy to be transferred to Earth. So most can be fixed, repaired, and saved and everything. And Hanosh says, as you wish. Uh, and then they're all wondering, like, Farasco, you're the guardian of Darkavia. That means you'll have to watch over everything. And Farasco's like, I understand that, but you're home. That's where the conflict's going on right now. But yeah, Farasco basically said to have that power transfer from, not going to Darkavia, but going to Earth so Los Bomos could be saved, which is a big time thing for sure. Like, that's a really, like, kind gesture and such, because Farasco doesn't want anything to happen to Los Bomos, of course. But, yeah. Yeah, man. Overall, really, really solid episode and everything with this. So Dan does win this round for the Awesome Brawlers, and with that, Armstrong trips out, and Tico is out. So, yeah. So the second part of the episode, they're researching the Nova Reflector, well, like the piece from the Nova Reflector, and they're trying to figure out how it works. So that being like Winton, Athena, Benton, they're all doing the research into it. And seems like they're starting to figure it out. They say it's about like 80% so far. Then they get to the part where it's actually fixed up. Winton unveils it, and it's actually in this small little capsule. And they're like, wait, that's it? That's the thing that's gonna help us to fight against Hanosh. And he's like, yep, it is. So he puts it on Buzzy, the little swarm member. And they end up going to Vestroya, where they land on Vestroya. I can't remember exactly, but it's basically like, I'm guessing probably Ventana because of all the brush greenery and everything, but it's all like gone because of the swarm and Hanosh taking the power. Well, they go there and they start seeping away the energy. Now with this, it's like, won't he catch on to it? That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, he's gonna probably catch on to this, but then they're like, if we do it at a certain frequency and such, at a certain level, he won't recognize it. And won't realize the power's gone. But I'm like, if this man's stingy with his power and such, and he realizes every single bit that he has, like, this is gonna backfire. But that's at least what I was thinking watching this. But I mean, smart strategy, and they go there, and it shows that it actually works. This tech actually does work. It reverses it, and it puts Hinosh's power back out. And basically, just the greenery and everything is growing and such. But with this, while this is going on, you see members of the swarm show up, and that's immediate. And it also showed Hinosh, like his hand. He realized something in his hand, you know. And sure enough, the swarm shows up. At that point, I'm just like, oh, it's over, man. Like, he's gonna know. Like, if the swarm members are showing up, he knows. He's behind the swarm. If even one of them shows up, he knows. But they're sitting there battling the swarm, taking out the members and everything. But then Hinosh himself shows up and he says, so you dare try to take my power, basically along those lines. That is not in the rules. Trying to steal the power and such. Well, I'll be taking it back. And then you see Buzzy, like, he's sitting there like nervous and everything. Because, he kind of turning his back on his master right now. But then, like, he goes and he just sucks all that power up from Buzzy. And Winton's like, I can't control the machine anymore. I can't control it. This is bad. And with that, he he basically like rips off the mechanism and throws it in the air, and it does explode and everything. That way, like, Buzzy didn't get harmed or anything. He didn't get harmed. Nobody got harmed. But Hinosh basically says, like, finish them all off now. And then Drago makes this gigantic shield and protects them, but Buzzy doesn't have enough power to really teleport them, but then he uses the last bit of his strength, teleports them back to Earth. Hinosh says, I'll let you go for now, but the next battle in the judgment, you will pay, and I will get my revenge. But, yeah, so that's basically it with it. They end up back on Earth, and they realize, like, yeah, there's, like, during the middle of that, Athena says, our plan failed, like, there's no point being here. Like, they tried to, literally that was the straightforward game plan, trying to take that power, put it back into the environment without him realizing it and everything. It completely backfired. He realized, You know, because you try taking any of his power or something, he's going to be like, something's going on here. Then he's going to use the swarm, find it, and solve the problem, which in this case he did. And you're not going to overpower Hinoge. They've tried to multiple times, and they've escaped. They have not won or anything. And yeah, but he's like, y'all broke the rules. And honestly, in this case, even with him being evil, like, they did break the rules with this. They tried to take his power without, like, doing the battles and such for it. So, you know. But it backfired and such, and they got caught. You know, fell right into the trap. Bop. Nope, not happening. Um, so yeah, now they're pretty discouraged, and they're sitting there just thinking about it. Like, even with this tech, like, if we can't get this tech to work, what are we gonna do? Like, that's it. We're giving up hope and everything. They're all sitting there sulking, being really down. And this scene hit me in the heart in a major way, man. I know it might be like, oh, it's like the most simple scene with it, but the meaning and everything with it, it hits in the heart in a major way, because it's like what I represent, my channel and everything with it, just being real. With the smallest little thing you don't realize, like, the show teaches life lessons for real. It shows you got a true squad up in here. Like, they're all sitting and supporting in a major way, man. But yeah. Yeah, man. What it is these two kids show up and they basically say, like, thank you so much for returning Los Volmos to its regular state. This couldn't have happened without you and your support and everything that you do. And you're gonna beat that Hinoge guy. We know it. We have full faith in you and everything. And even Buzzy's like, yeah, don't be down. Like, you can tell with his demeanor and everything. And they're like, even Buzzy's saying that we're down, And that moment just hit big time, because it's like somebody completely out of left field. It could be the most random person or such, Like, even with, for example, myself, whenever I see it, like, y'all know I crank big time, I work, I YouTube, I crank, I do a bunch of stuff, and there's points where I don't even get that much sleep. Hell, I was up till 4 o'clock this morning even. Yeah, just like figuring stuff out, setting stuff up, scheduling what I want to do and get done and everything, working with the time that I have, and that's even after a busy day, like working and everything, and just feeling down and everything. Like, having those days where you're feeling way, way down, and it feels like hopeless no matter how hard you grind, no matter what you're doing, no matter how much heart, soul, and passion you're putting into something, it feels like it's still never enough, and it gets discouraging and it gets you down. But those points where, like, somebody will comment on a video, somebody will reach out and be like, I'm proud as hell of you, somebody will sit there and just talk to you and be like, yo, I see the work you're putting in and it's amazing, and I have full faith you're gonna go and keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna go far. Don't give up, keep doing what you're doing. That little bit, like, even from one person, it might seem like the littlest thing, that can lead to some serious, insane inspiration and drive up here. When you got that support and everything, it could really make you bounce back and really make you focus, that's for sure. So that's why it hit so much with that, man, because it's like that instance for me myself. There's plenty of times where, like, I'll go on break working and stuff, and I usually, like, checking to see how things are, like comment wise, video wise, and everything with it. And I jam out, I meditate, and then I see I see the comments and everything. That's why I try to heart react as many comments as I see, so like, I've seen them, and I appreciate all your support, everything, man. Like, y'all don't even know, your comment can make it where it helps me get through a shift, it helps me get through and crank until godforsaken hours. But yeah, like, for real. I haven't even been on Discord that much lately because I've just been cranking so much, but still seeing, like, the positive comments and everything and people reaching out and such, it means a ton, man. Just been cranking to get a lot of stuff done. With the spring period, with this being my channel anniversary month, y'all know I'm going balls to the wall and cranking as much as I possibly can. And with it, sometimes I do get down and do get discouraged. So, like, the support y'all give me, it means the world. And that right there, that moment showed right there, because that really made the Awesome Brawlers really bounce back, even with Buzzy's support, and be like, yeah, we could still do this. We got a fighting chance. We could still do this. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's basically everything for the episode and such. Just the last bit of it really hits in the heart and hits home in a major, major way, dude. Just with that, like, for real, you never know. Like, kind words can go so freaking far and push somebody um to potentials and heights that you never even knew. Just even off of just being kind. You know what I mean? That's why I got the demeanor I do, and just uplift and support and spread the love and positivity and good vibes and everything as much as I possibly can. Y'all already know. And y'all help me out an F ton more than you ever could realize, for sure, man. On the constant, y'all do. Just remember that. You already know, man. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it for this review on Bakugan Legends episode number 9, man. So next time is gonna be the double digits, getting into things, gonna be crazy, gonna be wild, gonna be intense. You already know, man. But yeah, so anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. Also, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. Next time's going to be the Big 10, the double digits, man. We're almost there. It's crazy. Like, just even with how fast this season's going and how short it is, like, episode number wise, it's still so solid, man. It hangs up there with the rest because the end game feel with it and everything. Oh, you can predict what's probably gonna be coming soon. Oh man, I'm so excited. But yeah, anyways, guys, till next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Till then, stay awesome and Bakugan Brawl. I'm about to here.